Elena Adele views her work as a series of small decisions. Despite Rioja's long winemaking history, no one here works from a recipe. In fact, the region's top winemakers never stop questioning. They revisit their barrel choices and rethink their soils and grape blends. The use of indigenous or native yeast for the primary fermentation is one traditional practice that remains widespread. Yet many winemakers are aging their wines in new French oak barrels, a technique that would have dismayed their grandfathers. Some, like Ivan Vega of Bodegas Benjamin Romeo, are hoping to reclaim neglected assets from the past. The terraced vineyards that were once considered too low-yielding to farm. Others, like Jorge Muga at Bodegas Muga, are using technology to farm better. Every one of the Bodega's 10,000 Tempranillo vines has a GPS position, so that workers can identify the best vines for propagating new vineyards. In this way, one decision at a time, Rioja's winemakers are incorporating the proven ideas from the past with newfound knowledge, and steering their wines in a more modern direction. Throughout Rioja, this healthy tension between old and new is producing extraordinary wines.
Sobre todo a finales de los 80 y los 90, una nueva tendencia por los vinos de alta gama hace que busquemos viñedos que están plantados antes de esa época en suelos más pobres, ¿no? Sobre todo por eso, porque se consiguen menos producción, por lo tanto mayor calidad. Esa es en síntesis un poquito la tendencia, ¿no? Entonces, actualmente la tendencia se está cambiando, pero sobre todo se puede ver en muchas laderas, por ejemplo la que tenemos ahí enfrente, cómo hay terrazas que antiguamente hubo viñedo y ahora mismo están abandonadas. Entonces, quedan pocos viñedos en terraza y son los mejores viñedos de Rioja. Entonces hay un grupo de bodegas que estamos buscando recuperar esas viejas viñas porque verdaderamente son las que nos dan vinos de más excelente calidad.
The way that the cellar works has to be, the policy has to be always involved in trying to discover something different. I mean, if I thought that just the French oak, for example, I know it's superb, it's just the best thing for oak and for the wine, and I don't try all the different types of oaks as an example, I think I would be limiting my product. I mean, our philosophy is try to improve every day a product. So, I mean, I think in Spain we say a lot, there's a saying that the one who stops dies. I mean, we have to be constantly working forward.
Well, the first place we went was Muga, and I was really, really impressed. And we got to see the vineyards, and I noticed a lot producers, their complaints are the things that they can't control. And with Jorge, he doesn't complain, he just controls them. If he's worried about the cooperage, then he makes his own barrels. If he's worried about the corks, then he does everything he can to control as much as he possibly can with that. He's very much in the vineyards. From what I heard him explaining, his background is science. So that was really, really interesting to see that you don't have to leave it up to chance if you don't want to. And Lopez de Heredia is the most unique winery and winemakers I've ever seen. I don't even think I could justify it. As every time I thought of people who would appreciate it, I don't even want to explain it. I just kind of want to take them over here and show it to them. It's the only way it would do any justice.
20 years ago, Rioja realized that we need to move, and we began to invest. We began to invest, and perhaps not to invest doing new things, to return to what we did 30 years ago, to invest in the vineyards. I think that 20 years ago, 25 years ago, vineyards were important because grapes are coming from there, but we really realized that to create a wonderful wine, a high quality wine, we need to look after the vineyards. Investment in vineyards, low yields, we brought this quality to the wineries, new oak here. As you know, before there were a lot of old barrels in this region. Now it's the opposite. You have new barrels, French oak that were before there were not a lot, young people producing wine, and I think that we are now, Rioja is moving in the correct way. If you analyze the key wine regions around the world, Rioja is there. It's important in terms of volume, but what is really important is in terms of quality.